Before the video starts, I just want to say that I am this close to 200 subscribers. So, if you enjoyed the video, go down there, subscribe. It only takes a couple seconds. I would really appreciate it, as I'm trying to hit 500 by the end of the year. So, lofty goal of mine, but we're almost to 200. So, let's get there. Anyways, enjoy the video. So, I put up a poll on my community tab, and it was basically saying, what tier list do you want me to do next? So I've already done back and shoulders, so it's now down to arms, legs, and chest. And the winner, last time I checked, was arms. So, without further ado, here is our arm day tier list. So, today we have a lot more of the options for exercises, rather than like 20-ish, which is what we normally have. This might be a longer video, but we have 5 tiers for you today. We have, at the very bottom, L Skibbity, which is the worst. I hope all my Gen Alpha viewers are eating that up. Then we have mid. Like I said before, the reason it's not in the very middle is because a lot of these are actually pretty good for you, so it's kind of not average. I would say good is more than likely the average, which is the next tier. And then we have great, and then W-Riz. That hurts to say, I can't lie to you. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We've got Skull Crushers to start off. Now, the one pictured here is barbell, it seems, so it doesn't show any variation, so we're just gonna kind of group it all together. W-Riz. W-Riz, Livy Dunn, Baby Gronk. Yeah, it's super good for triceps. The only issue I have with it is, as someone who gets very fatigued in my left tricep, I feel a lot of, I don't know, it's like tendonitis of some sort. That's not even the exercise's fault, but I feel that a lot when I do skull crushers. So if I'm not feeling amazing on that day, I typically can't do them because of how strenuous it is on the tricep. But other than that, it is a very, very good exercise. Very difficult. And then we have probably the worst one on here. Bench dips. L Skibbity. It's body weight, but like, it's like the same thing as push-ups. Not really. It's worse than push-ups. It's just redundant. I feel like if you're gonna do dips of any sort, you should go ahead and do what is it? Roman chair dips. Is that what it's technically used on? But like, just use the dips where you're on the little handlebar things. Next up, we have close grip bench press. This is something I do, and I honestly think it's great. Kind of hard to mess this one up. I feel like a lot of these exercises you could be doing pretty wrong, but this one is pretty straightforward. As long as your grip is symmetrical, you should be okay with that, and you should feel it quite a bit. Next up, first bicep exercise of the tier list, we have machine bicep curl. Now, I haven't used this since my Planet Fitness days, back when I was a wee lad a whole year ago, lifting at Planet Fitness. This was my go-to bicep machine, and to be completely honest with you, it's really great. I really like it. I just haven't used it in so long, but it's probably my favorite variation of preacher curls, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, because it's way more supportive, so you're not going to be able to have that fear of tearing your bicep. That's not going to happen. It's a safer way to do preacher curls, I guess. Behind the back cable curl, say good. My biggest issue with this is that I feel like my bicep's gonna tear every time I do it, because it's reaching all the way out and then it's still extending. I don't know. It's kind of something you have to like just kind of do to be able to feel that, but no, we'll go mid. We'll bring it down a notch because, like I said, it seems kind of risky, but that's just me. I'm kind of flying through these, but we've got concentration curl. Put it in mid, to be honest. It'll be over behind the back cable curl though. Once again, same thing as bench dips. There's just a lot of better alternatives. It's difficult to manage the imbalance between the right and left if you have an imbalance. But yeah, that's really my take on that. Next up here, barbell bicep curl. Now, this is differentiated to easy bar curl down here, but if you listen to Mike Menser, he does say that if you want more of a strict bicep feeling, then you should go with a straight barbell, because easy bar, it kind of targets a little more of the brachialis because your arms are more diagonal rather than flat completely. So as for a bicep exercise, we'll go great. I don't think it's better than machine bicep curl, but I still really like the squeeze on the barbell bicep curl. I know I might start a war here because Samsolic viewers, seated machine dip, it's okay. We'll go good, I guess. I'd say good for a chest day, to be honest. If you want to kind of do chest and tries on the same day, I think that's a good kind of mediator to hit a little bit of both of them. But if we're talking specifically arms, I think it's good. It's average. Right in the middle is what I would say. Next up here, this one's going mid because I feel like there's a lot of ways you can mess this one up. I feel like there's a lot of way to get some injury or some sort of thing that could be lingering. Yeah, single arm tricep with dumbbell. It's just, I don't know. I've never had a good feeling about it. I've tried it a couple times and I just, it feels really awkward. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't recommend this in your workouts. Underhand cable extension. Brother, El Skibbity, in my opinion. It's just, if you want to do triceps, you can do way better things than just that, because I feel like underhand, you're doing, it's like a forearm thing almost. I don't know, it can burn the triceps, but if you're going to use a cable and some sort of, like, bar, just do push downs, dude. Push downs are way more effective. Another one right here that I think is kind of scary to me, any sort of dumbbell, we'll put this one at the top of mid, because it's not as dangerous as I think the extension is, but the skull crushers with dumbbell, oh, excuse me, I just ate, but yeah, the skull crushers with dumbbell are very, very, I don't like them. Once again, as someone with tendonitis, I would much prefer the barbell rather than the single arm, because the dumbbell, number one, you're imbalanced. Number two, you can easily mess up the form. Like, it can very easily be messed up on one side or the other. That's a huge thing. That's what creates imbalance, is if you're doing it wrong on one side or something. And then, like I said, it can lead to injury in some instances. I've done it a couple times where I've gone down and I felt a pull right in my tricep, and I just had to put it down right there because I can't deal with it. But yeah, if you're similar to me, it's not the way to go. I would prefer barbell if you're going to use skull crushers. Now here we get to the great tricep stuff. Tricep push down. Is it? Yeah, I'd say it's better than close grip bench. Actually, no, we'll put this one W Riz. I'm so brain rotted. It's terrible. But tricep push down with a rope is very, very good if you're doing it correctly. The whole premise of it is to extend it out when you're all the way down. You squeeze and extend. That is the best cable exercise for you if you're going to do triceps. I really recommend it. I would honestly even recommend doing a double rope, where you have one rope on this side, one rope on this side, so then you get more range of motion. Another tip here before I continue on is when you're doing triceps, they can easily be fatigued, so I wouldn't recommend any more than 6 or 7 sets on a tricep day if you're going to absolute failure. Yeah, you don't want to go too much volume because that can lead to things like tendonitis. Like when I started early on, that's what happened. So it just kind of lingers now. Overhead cable tricep extension, good. I think there could be better alternatives. Just not great. As I said before, kind of the like epitome of average. So I don't really have much to say on it. It's just a standing skull crusher, and those skull crushers are way better for you if you're laying down. Next one here, dumbbell tricep extension. Another one that's just average. Better alternatives. I'll continue to say it. I sound like a broken record, but these things, specifically these three, I haven't done in over a year, probably. Just because I don't see the point to them. Now we get into quite a bit of biceps, as my dog is whimpering. Poor guy. I think my family just got home, but yeah, poor dude. We've got dumbbell bicep curl. If you're just kind of throwing it up, it's not great for you, but if you're actually being strict, it can actually be probably a great exercise. I think it can be great. But yeah. And then we have an elite right here, spider curl. I wouldn't have it better than tricep rope, but it is definitely one of the top exercises to do for biceps. One thing I like to do with it is I like to incline the bench and then turn it around and then do it like that. So that's a better alternative if you can't find something like a preacher curl machine or something. But that's what I do, is I use a bench. But yeah, highly recommend spider curls in your bicep day. Easy bar curl, as I said, the barbell is way better for you. So if we're talking strictly biceps and arms here, I think easy bar, yeah, I think it's good, but I think barbell is just better for you. We're gonna group these two together, dumbbell preacher and then barbell preacher. I think they're both good. I don't think they're great. Machine is way safer for you. Like I said, the biggest thing with this is the fear of not wanting to tear your bicep because there's not much assistance. But with the machine, that completely throws that out the window. You don't really have to worry about that at all. I'd put barbell above dumbbell because, like I said, dumbbell you can get an imbalance, and then barbell you can use a lot of momentum. If you pin your body to like the machine, which is what I used to do, I'd pin it to the machine and then I'd be able to like damn near lift the machine up with my body. And then I see a lot of people do this, and I don't understand the hype to it. It's mid. Close grip dumbbell press. It's just okay. Dude, it's not even 4th of July anymore and I hear fireworks. What's the point of that? Close grip dumbbell press. If you're better off just doing like flat bench, like flat dumbbell bench, if you're gonna do it. But close grip bench is better than close grip dumbbell, I think. A lot of these are just inferior to others, so it's kind of repetitive, but I'm trying to fly through this as fast as possible here. Next up we have tricep push down with the bar. Like I said, no need for underhand if you have this exercise right here. I don't think it's quite as good as the rope, but I think it is at the top of great. This is something I like to do to either warm up or completely burn out my triceps. It's not something that you want to use as like kind of a core thing or like one of the main things that you do, but it's something I like to do to completely cook them in a way. Either of these, I think you can switch up in a program every couple weeks or so, and you're going to get some good results because you can hit it in different ways. But this is probably more long head targeted, the rope, and then the push down is just kind of the shorter heads on the tricep. And then we have one of my personal favorites. This is considered a chest exercise in some ways, but I think it's perfect for, we'll put it up here to be honest. It's perfect for your triceps. You feel it like a lot in your triceps if you really focus on it. And it's the tricep dips. Like I said, unless you can't do tricep dips, why the hell are you doing bench dips? I just don't see the point to it. Because if you can do any sort of body weight stuff, tricep dips are the way to go. Tricep dips and then pull-ups if you want to do like stronger back, because this will help with chest and triceps. Pull-ups will help with back and biceps. I think these are better than pull-ups in ways, but obviously you have to hit every muscle group. But tricep dips an elite thing to do. Just to kind of track, easy to progressively overload. You can count how many reps you do. You don't have to change up weight or anything. You can just do as many reps as you can, and then you count them out, and then you can keep track of them week by week. Very simple. And then another one that I think is just mid. The machine tricep extension. You can use the cable machine, and it'll be way better. Yeah, kind of crazy that I'm a big fan of the machine bicep curl, but I hate the machine tricep extension. Kind of goes to show that everyone has a different opinion, but you would think that these would be close together, which I just don't agree with. I think it's safe to do, yes. I just think there's better ways to go about your day with triceps, if that makes sense to you. The cable is kind of my safe place to go, just because I like to humble myself in ways. Like, a lot of these you can do a lot of weight with push down, but rope you really have to go down on weight. And once again, I haven't done machine tricep extension in probably a year. Just not one of my favorites. If you're going to take anything out of this video, it's that some of these are pretty universally good or bad, but a lot of them are just kind of your personal preference. So go about it how you wish. Nothing against you. All right, we've got 6 left. Incline dumbbell curl. One of my favorite bicep exercises. Like I said before, we'll put it above barbell, but below machine, just because, once again, with the dumbbell, it is kind of difficult to keep that balance if you're doing dumbbell both arms. Because most of the time when you go into it, one arm is weaker than the other, and that's just how you go about it. Like, that's just how it is. As soon as you go into the gym, more than likely your dominant arm is going to be stronger than your non-dominant. But that's why I like to recommend doing stuff with barbell rather than dumbbell, because that imbalance can mess with you. I still have an imbalance. Like, with my tricep exercises, like I said, this has tendonitis, so it kind of bars a little bit of the strength away, but I can do probably 3 extra reps on just single arm cable extension on my right arm than I can on my left. So yeah, I'm still trying to battle that, but if you're really worried about an imbalance, the way to go is the barbells. Not to this barbell exercise though. The barbell overhead tricep extension, it's okay, but I wouldn't put it above a lot of these things here. We'd put it, yeah, probably there. Once again, it's a long head activated exercise, which a lot of these tricep ones are, but skull crushers are the way to go if you want to activate the long head. This is a more dangerous way, not as dangerous as the dumbbell is, but overhead extension in any way besides skull crushers, since you're not going technically all the way overhead. If you're standing up and going overhead, that can be very dangerous for your body. And then we have something that I actually really enjoy to do. It's diamond push-ups. I think they're a great exercise. You don't need weight. You don't need anything, really. Just your body and the capability to do push-ups. And you could do this any morning. You could wake up and do 50 of these and then go out and go about your day, and you'll see progress. Really recommend just going out and doing push-ups, whether it's a burnout or just something you do throughout your day. Push-ups are a great thing to do, and if you want to activate the triceps specifically, diamond push-ups are the way to go about it. And then one of the kind of mid exercises for biceps, I've got cable curl. Your range of motion is very skewed on this one, because you're not going to be able to go all the way down in some ways. it kind of restricts your movement. You can't go to like the side of your arm. Since you're using like some sort of bar, you're gonna get stuck right about your legs. So the range of motion is skewed. You're not gonna be able to get that full extension that you were really looking for. So for that reason, I have it in mid tier. Two very different exercises. Dumbbell tricep kickback, once again, I think is mid. I'd put it right there because it's not dangerous. It's just a lot of ways, like I said before, a lot of things you can do that activate the long head more effectively than just something like a kickback. Skull crushers, you're very controlled. You're going to be able to progressively overload a lot easier. Stuff like this, you're going to find trouble trying to grow in that weight aspect, strength wise. But yeah, I feel like that's way too focused on the long head, because I feel like in some ways, if you focus like on solely long head and you do like 3 sets of this, your long head is going to be sore and it will not grow as much as you're wanting it to grow. And then to round it all off, hammer curls, probably right in the very middle, to be completely honest with you. Hammer curls are a good thing, but like, it's boring, number one. Number two, you can only do so much before it's just kind of redundant. Like, for my specific instance, for biceps, I only like to do like 3 sets of hammer curls on a day for biceps, just because the brachialis isn't gonna activate, like it's not gonna grow tenfold if you do like 6 or 7 sets. I think the 3-4 range is perfect for the brachialis, because that's what gets your volume in your bicep. But other than that, you shouldn't do any more than that. But yeah, this is my tier list. Kind of very well balanced, to be honest. But yeah, if you enjoyed stuff like this, I really appreciate if you leave a like, subscribe. As I said, we are almost at 200 subscribers, so if you can go down there, just a couple seconds, subscribe, I would really, really appreciate it, as I have set these goals for myself that I think are very lofty, but are also possible to achieve. So yeah, I hope you all have a blessed day. I love you all. Thank you all for the support. And I'll be back next week with hopefully a banger. Really, but the streets, yeah, I'm Swiss. Get my mom a brand new whip, I'm proud of the gift.